Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer, Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. As we approach the halfway mark, let's take a look at how everything in the East right now stands. We look at the Bulls. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, Washington just way behind.
And when I look at Washington, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
And now Washington's starting group. They've got Ben McLemore down out there with Hachimura. Then it's Montrezl Harrell, and it's Bonga in at the 1. And for Chicago, Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Markkanen is out there with Anthony Davis, and it's B in at the 1 spot. Here's Davis, fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. Look at the Trailblazers. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, right now for the Bulls, they continue to obliterate expectations because they found a way to get the most out of the guys on this roster.
And we are talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words, Greg, what he's able to do on the basketball field?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
Here's Harrell following the basket by Anthony Davis. Here's Hachimura. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And proving to be effective around the rim. Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one. Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, had a chance to speak with Scott Brooks. David?
Thanks, Kevin. He thinks the big issue for them is to make things difficult inside. He understands that their opponent has a physical presence, but he wants his guys to match that physicality or surpass it. Obviously a tough order to fill, but they have to do it.
Thanks so much, David.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy, just struggling to make shots right now.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. That's his first foul. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
It's stolen.
Yeah, 2 turnovers already in just the first few minutes. Clearly a bit careless. They need him to refocus.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
So it's the Wizards now, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Here's Bonga. That one misses. Looking at the schedule, Doris, about halfway through the season, some teams that started out very hot and were winning like crazy have now come back to earth. They've cooled a bit. They've leveled out.
I think inevitably over the course of an 82-game season, NBA players will tell you there are always ups and downs and waves of success and then the tough moments. And the best teams seem to be able to weather all of that. Not get too high when they're playing well, and not get too low if they're in the middle of a slump.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
He's just really a one-man wrecking crew down low. And with this timeout, they've got to make some adjustments because he's been steady inside.
Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Markkanen. Now here's Iguodala. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on Davis.
One of the things you have to admire about Andre Iguodala is his ability to fit in any part of the lineup. Whether he's starting, whether he's coming off the bench, the ability to fill in from any position 1 through 4. Absolutely incredible.
Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for the Bulls. Mike comes in for Zach LaVine. Then for the Wizards, Mo Wagner's checked in for Harrell. And Jones subbed in for Hachimura. Trying to end the drought, and it's slammed in by Jones.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
And with Iguodala, he has the experience to guard and match up. Ends up going with the new group for the Wizards. The Bulls shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
At the line for the Bulls, one shot.
So on the floor for Washington, Ben McLemore is out there with Brown. Then there's Harrell, and it's Schofield in at the small forward position.
And what we've seen recently from Zach LaVine is his willingness to embrace more responsibility, and that has helped him become one of the game's most prolific scorers.
And it's Harrell missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Wizards trail by 13. Brown outside. It's deflected.
And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, B in that last game against the Nets was outstanding. He added 37 points, and he got those points as he always does, knocking down shots from beyond the arc. He did a little bit of everything for them. It just seemed like he was everywhere on the floor. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Well, there's no doubt, Greg. He certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had his offense flowing.
Pass to Brown. Back to McLemore. Brown trying to free himself up. They shoot again, and it's good on the layup.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
And stolen by Harrell. And here's the fast break. Here's Hachimura. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And it's all about getting to the right spot. And Hachimura did just that in transition.
Here's B. Off target with his three.
Boy, he hasn't found the range yet here in the second period. Only one triple for him tonight.
Schofield passes to McLemore. Here's Hachimura. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Here's B. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. For Chicago, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. Davis is checked in for Marjanovic. He's perfect from the line this time.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
It's Brown with the drive. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Zach LaVine.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Wizards have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made.
Not a strong suit for this group, just around 71%.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Porter. And it's White in for Zach LaVine. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Wagner's checked in. And the pass to Bonga. 56 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
Well, it's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Carter, he's checked in for the Bulls. Jones checked in for Washington. Iguodala comes in for Brown. Iguodala no good. For Chicago, they won their last contest that game against the Brooklyn Nets. Hands it from downtown. And that's 19 points for B.
Yeah, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the three-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
Here's Bonga. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Jones. Here's Wagner. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Chicago with the ball. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That will kick off a 6-game road trip for the team. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. With 1 on the clock. No good that time. And so it's the Chicago Bulls. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels. And it's gotten them up big. And don't go away. And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. You know, B has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. LaVine is out there with B, and it's Davis at the 5, down low.
Oh, what a dunk! Look out below!
Woo. Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Of course, you've seen a lot of these big men come and go in this league. Who would you say right now is the most complete big man in the NBA?
Well, 2 guys come to my mind immediately, and that's Joel Embiid, who I think probably could be more efficient with his three-point shooting, but is still enough of a threat that you have to guard him out there. They enter the ball through him in the post, and he can be a dominant scorer. He can also put it on the deck. And then Anthony Davis, who you could say all of those attributes that Joel Embiid has, the Brow has as well. Those are 2 of the most complete, dominant, two-way big men in today's game.
And we know Hachimura has a confident personality. You see it there with the rise and fire approach. Nice.
Here's B. Rebound, Washington. They're looking now at a sizable deficit.
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to really rush the game. They need to avoid that.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Passes it to Davis. Markkanen trying to break loose. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
It's Brown with the drive. The shot's good. Brown's got 7 points.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Here's B, and it's denied. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Bulls making a switch here. Young's checked in. On defense, the Wizards trailing by 13. Takes the 3, but they recover it. Has to be. Three-pointer. Bonga pulls it in.
Well, 2 long-range bombs in the first, but that's stalled out right now.
It's Brown on the wing, guarded by Porter. Porter against Brown. The pass to Bonga. Clock is at 3. Here's Schofield. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Bulls. Young's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Levine. Picked off in midair. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. Here's Hachimura. Got a hand on it. 1:52 left in the third. Here's B. Traps in the tray. B's got 5 points in the quarter.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Washington calls timeout.
And no doubt coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
So for the Bulls, Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's White in for Zach LaVine. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Pass to Wagner. Fires for 3. And there's the call on Jones. That's his first foul. The Bulls leading by 16. Here's B. No good on the 3. Here's Bonga. White covering. Iguodala outside. Bishop outside. 1:11 left in the third quarter of the game. Iguodala no good.
And that was almost one for the highlights. The long distance alley-oop, just a fraction off the mark.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Lets a floater go, and that's 2 points on the layup. Iguodala's got his first points of the night.
Well, that's great touch from Andre Iguodala. Fearless and efficient. Love it.
That one falls. That's 28 points for B.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Iguodala deciding where to go with it. Clock at 6. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
When you look at the frame of Andre Iguodala, you know this guy is unafraid of contact.
Valentine's checked in for Chicago. McLemore's checked in for the Wizards. Chicago leading by 17. B guarded by McLemore. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Bulls have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Here's B. Buries the long-range jumper. B's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Chicago. And so it's Chicago with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back right after this. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so White will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. So the Wizards 5 right now. They've got Jones. McLemore is out there with Iguodala. And it's Wagner in at the 5. Now here's Jones. Pass to McLemore. Shoots from the elbow. No good off the back of the rim.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding.
Oh, that was something else.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
The Wizards shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. The pass to McLemore. Remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to...
Oh!
My goodness.
And you got to like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
It's Jones on the wing. Here's Wagner. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Bishop outside. Shot clock at 6. He dishes it to Jones. Here's Iguodala. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Here's B. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Iguodala against White. Now here's Iguodala. Guarded closely. And he banks in the layup.
Well, you can see it right there. Andre Iguodala, let's remember this guy grew up in a more physical league. He will be undeterred by the contact.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
McLemore with the ball. White's there. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Marjanovic checked in for Wendell Carter. Felicio comes in for Markkanen. Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for Porter. And Zedaransky subbed in for White. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure, whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev.
For Washington, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bulls.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for B.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
And the rejection by Marjanovic. And that one, good. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's B. And the rejection by Harrell. Schofield passes to Hachimura, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
No good from B, and that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Satoransky. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution